Are we filming? Yes, we are. So welcome to a notebook philosophy video. This actually happens to be a Filofax, but these are all notebooks, whether they are notebooks with repositionable pages using a ring binder or a disc binder, or a hardbound binder like a hardbound notebook like a Moleskine. They are all notebooks at the end of the day. I want to share with you my thinking around this pocket-sized binder. This is I've had this for a good 12 years or so. This is a Filofax Kensington. It's a binder that I rate very, very highly, and it's a binder that I used to use as my everyday carry, my EDC, up until about 10 years ago, and the quality is fabulous. The flatability is not perfect, but it's good enough as an EDC. I haven't used pocket size for some time, but I'm constantly experimenting, not only for my benefit, but also I want to share these thoughts and philosophies and reviews with you guys, if that is something that if that's something that works for you. Do you know, sometimes I lose my train of thought, but I'm just focus. I'm a little bit tired today, but this is my philosophy. I decided to experiment with a week on 2 pages in pocket size, which is very, very unusual for me. Why am I doing the pocket thing? Because I have several diaries. I'm using my Atoma at the moment, but I'm just thinking maybe I could go with this as an EDC, like that, by having my to-do lists and notes in here, but my diary in here. I'm not sure yet, but I thought I would experiment to see over the next maybe few weeks to see whether or not this would work for me. There's quite a lot of thickness here of stuff that is superfluous too. How are we going to do it? We're going to remove these, because although it's good to have a few extra pages in a Filofax diary, they're not really necessary. We can get rid of this, and can we get rid of this? Well, we can keep these because it's 2025, it's useful. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in a Filofax diary, and good for them. A huge amount of stuff, and then finally you get to January, but I will leave those in. I can dispense with that, but let me see. And these are 15mm rings. Let me see whether that will work, because it's a long time since I've used a pocket-sized diary. But I've just got a hunch that this might work for me. I'm not really a fan of pre-printed diaries, but I'm going to give it a go. It's interesting that there's a lot of stuff that I wasn't really familiar with, like this to-dos and goals and hello August. There's some stuff that is superfluous at each month ends. Let me have a look and see if there are any. Yeah, so we've got hello September. We don't really need that. We don't need that. So there's 1 or 2 pages that we can probably get rid of, maybe another 20 pages in here perhaps. So I'm not going to do that in this video, but let's just assume there's 20 pages that I can remove from here. And I am using I don't like the fact that there's so much space being used up here, but I do like the fact that Saturday and Sunday are not relegated to a half width or a half height, because Saturdays and Sundays for me are just the same as every other day. In fact, to be honest, there's more going on Saturday and Sunday than any other day, so I don't really understand why Filofax at some point in the past decided to relegate those 2 days as half height. But here they're all the same height. I just don't like, there's a waste of space here, but I'm just going to persevere with this, because I think that maybe, just maybe, what I should do is have a whole 12 months diary ahead of me. Why will it be 12 months ahead? Is because I can add as I go through January, I can add January 25, either handwritten or using something that I call a future diary, and I will explain what I call by a future diary in a forthcoming video. But what I am minded to do is, and I'm probably making a rod for my own back here, because that's 2 things to carry instead of 1. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I just fancy the idea. I just think that might work, having a pocket diary and a pocket notebook per se, because I refer to this in terms of to-do lists constantly. Every 20 or 30 minutes I am using this, but I don't really consult the diary section in this at any time other than the beginning of the day, or if during the day I need to add something to the diary. So the diary reference, if you like, is very limited, but the to-do lists are very frequent. And I'm experimenting with different types of to-do lists, as you know, as we all do perhaps. But I've decided that for the next few weeks, perhaps at least, I'm going to separate it out and just try having to-do lists and notes, whatever, and a diary separately. But there we go. So that's what I'm going to do for the next few weeks, and that is my philosophy.